What's up, everybody? My name is J-Dog, and today I have a gameplay on Modern Warfare 3. It is Dome Free Weekend on PC, or at least that was last weekend. But, yeah. Today what I want to talk about is, well, this gun, because it's pretty freaking awesome. Now, the first, couple minutes of this game are kind of slow, just because there wasn't a whole ton of people in the game yet. I believe there were 4 enemies, so I didn't have much to work with. But I promise you it does pick up quite a bit. Now, the first thing about this gun is that the range is actually pretty decent. I was surprised. I threw it on just because, what the hell, it's PC free week. I'm not going to buy the game. I'm just going to screw around. I really don't care about my stats or anything. Then again, I've never really cared about my stats. I put it on, and I don't have anything on it. It's just a bare Usas. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how else to describe it. It's really decent. It's surprisingly good. I don't understand. I've tried it on console before. It was terrible. I tried it on PC, and, well, I won't spoil it, but I do pretty darn well. Yeah. So, the second thing is, the one-shot kill range, like you saw there, well, actually a couple seconds ago, but the one-shot kill range is actually really decent. Even if you don't get the first one-hit kill, which, if you're in reasonable shotgun distance, you probably will, maybe, especially on like this map. But even if you don't get that one-shot kill, the fire rate's really decent. So I mean, you're able to get another shot or 2 or 3 or whatever off before they can even really retaliate or turn any fire or anything. Now, as long as you're not terrible at aiming, I don't see how you can do terribly with this gun. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like a cross between a Spaz and an AA-12. It's got the fire rate, obviously not of the AA-12, but you know, almost as fast as you can pull the trigger, so it's near the AA-12, and then it's got, at least from my experience, the damage of like the Spaz, and that's pretty insane if you think about it. I would say this would probably be the best shotgun if this wasn't just a fluke kind of match, which I don't know if it was. The game was free for a weekend. I stopped playing after this weekend, and yeah, didn't buy the game, whatever, so the world may never know. However, I can try it on console, I guess, but console, it's just so annoying. The community's just awful. I think I talked about that in my last video. I don't want to get into that. What I do want to talk about is nothing to do with Call of Duty, actually. It could, but doesn't directly. I want to talk about I guess I could call it my second favorite sport right now. First favorite, obviously, baseball. I've played baseball all my life. Played like, I don't know, 13 years. Played about 16 seasons, because, you know, some years I play multiple teams, whatever. Yeah, second favorite sport, airsoft. Sure, don't call it a sport, I'll call it an action sport. It's not technically a sport, but if you're going to call cheerleading a sport, I guess you better call this a sport too. I mean, I don't know. Cheerleading's a workout, yes, I know. I'm saying cheerleading is a sport, don't get on me for that, I don't care. Anyway, airsoft, fun sport, not expensive to get into. Baseball, you gotta buy at the cheapest, like a $40 glove. You gotta buy, well, a couple baseballs, you know, for $3-4 a piece. You gotta buy a bat, which, oh god, they range from $30 to $500. You know, when you go buy your new DeMarini at the freaking store, and it's $4.89. Ugh. Anyway, airsoft, you could pay $110, and you got a gun, you got glasses, and you got BBs, and bam, you're done. I've spent actually quite a bit more than that. I won't disclose exactly how much, but I will say I have a G&G Scar and an upgraded JG Bar 10. When I say upgraded, I don't mean I put an M150 spring in a stock JG Bar 10, because that's, don't do that. Don't do that. Sure, maybe it's $115 for a gun that shoots 500 FPS, but good luck hitting anyone, and good luck using the gun for more than a month, maybe, depending on how much you play. So, this is kind of a encouragement to play airsoft. It's fun. It's action-packed. If you like Call of Duty, you'll like airsoft. It's pretty much just like it. Just don't play like a jerk. A lot of times on YouTube, if you look up airsoft gameplay, you see I'm going to stand behind this building for the next 25 minutes and just shoot in the general direction of the enemies. That's not how I play, and that's not how I think people should play. I play it like I'm playing this game. Balls to the wall, run in and shoot. Because really, when you get hit, it stings for a second. Well, sometimes. The rest of the time, you feel it, but it's like, I got hit. Oh well. Depending on how much clothing, I guess, you're wearing. Or how far they are, or what their gun they have. But, yeah, it varies. But obviously, you'll know when you're hit. It's just more fun when you go running in there, knowing there's multiple people, and it's whatever on whatever. 3 on 5, 2 on 5, whatever. And it's just a good time. We played in the woods, just my friends and I. I went to kind of a bigger club and a bigger club and whatever, and just kind of mess around. So far, I haven't been with people who are too serious. I can't stand when people are like just overly serious about it. You miss a shot and they're all pissed off at you. It's like, okay, it's airsoft. It's inherently inaccurate. You're shooting a plastic circular projectile. A circular projectile isn't. It doesn't fly that well. We know that. That's why the modern bullet shape was created instead of a musket ball. So yeah, I'd recommend getting into airsoft, because why not? And especially if you're somebody whose parents yell at you for being on the computer too much, being on your Xbox, PS3, whatever. If you're inside too much and people yell at you for it, here's something to get them off your back, still have fun, run around with your friends. It is a heck of a workout, by the way. When you run around with, let's see, my Scar probably weighs 10 pounds, I'd say, with all the BBs in it and whatnot. Obviously, I have a sling, but when you run around with that, or the sniper, which weighs like 5 pounds, maybe 4 pounds, your vest, whatever, pants, other ammo. If you have like a fancy vest, which I don't, I use an old fishing vest. If you have a fancy vest, it might even be more than that. But you run around for like 5 hours, and you just mess around, have fun. You're crouching, you're laying down, you're running, you're sprinting, you're everything, and it's actually a really decent workout, and people don't usually take recognition of that. So, all in all, recommend it, play it, it's fun, give it a shot, why not? Check locally, you might have a CQB place near you where you can rent guns, you can go try it out, and then if you want to buy your own, you can. It can get very expensive very quickly, but I'd say if you want to be, well, not completely serious, but if you want to play, like 2 or 3 times a month, you shouldn't have to spend any more than $300 and get a decent gun and whatever, I mean, you buy, well, let's think of an example. A JG G36. JG, I wouldn't recommend buying too much from them unless it's a G36, a Bar 10, or might be it. They don't do a whole lot really well. Yeah, I don't know, but so they did something right with the G36 and the Bar 10. The G36 people have said it's run great for 3 years. I haven't heard of a large concentration of people saying, oh, it sucks, I'm having trouble with it, this isn't working, that isn't working, whatever. So I'd start out with that. That's anywhere, well, I'd get it from somewhere reliable, so it's about $120, $125 for the rifle. Let's throw in some .2 gram BBs, 5,000 of them is what at Dick's you can get them, the Crossman ones, which are fine. Contrary to popular belief, they're fine. You can get them for 14, 15, 16 bucks, depending on color, or if you want biodegradable. I wouldn't recommend biodegradable because they're biodegradable, and they fall apart in your gun, and they gum it up, jam it up, whatever. So wait until they design that better, or buy very high quality biodegradables. Anyway, so you have your gun, you have your BBs, you could buy a mask for 20 bucks if you want it, or you could buy goggles. Some of the goggles get ridiculous though, some are like 80 bucks or so. I mean, 60 or 80 bucks for plastic in front of your eyes is a little excessive. You can use shooting glasses. I bought a mask from Dick's for, I think it was $19.99, and it's a paintball mask, and it works great. Covers your face, eyes, ears, so everything's covered, all set. I'd recommend something for your head, so I'd buy, or you know what, wear a baseball cap. Who cares? You don't even really have to have camo. I wear it, obviously. I mean, I like it for where I play in the woods and whatever. It's nice, but if you're just gonna play either at a CQB place, or if you're out in the woods, you have like a little village built, you really don't need it. Just wear some dark colors, you'll be fine. So yeah, there you go. That's like 180 bucks. If you want a better gun, you can go up to like the $200 price range. There's some decent ICS Sportline M4s. There's actually there might be some G&G guns for 200s, other than the combat machines, of course, which are great starter guns too. If you're looking at them, I definitely recommend the AK-47. Actually, the CMO-37, maybe CMO-38. Those are great guns. But yeah, so it's really an inexpensive sport, fun to get into, fun to play. We kind of need to get more people into it, and it seems like it should be taking off more than it is, especially in my area. There's just not much. If you go to like California or even South Carolina, I know there's quite a few places. Mostly California. They're the big state on it, and they're the ones having trouble with the legislature. But yeah, I won't get into that. So I guess I'll thank you all for watching. Give a shout out to, I don't know his name, but on Steam his name is Fallen. Call me a hacker in this game. I'm not a hacker. Here's proof. Turns out he's actually a pretty cool guy. We chatted on Steam just a little while ago. So there's your shout out. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you have the best day ever.